Hi guys, welcome to the Music B&B. My name is Callum and today we're reacting to an artist known as Eddie Lightner with the album Notes of Life. Now, to give you a bit of background about this album, I'm going to enter chipmunk mode.
My debut album, Notes of Life, is a culmination of having fun making music and my journey within this vibrant musical community. Recorded in the scenic surroundings of Winchester, Virginia, at the Cozy Red and Murphy's Henry studio, Notes of Life is about having fun playing music, taking the songs through the playground across the monkey bars and down the slide with my musical guide Christopher Henry leading the recording sessions.
So let's dive into it. If you like it, make sure to add it to your streaming services. There's a link in the description so that you can go and check out the music for yourself. And we're going to start off with our first song, which is called What Took You So Long? I'm already a fan.
Trains rolling in. It's time to get ready, the McCurry's coming. So loosen up your mind and tighten up your bows. Everyone gets a chance to be part of the show.
Love it, love it.
What took you so long? What
So this is inspired from music, the music festival Delfest.
In this bluegrass moment that brings us love and cheer, we're so glad that you
First single from the album solidifies his roots in bluegrass music. Loving the solo there, slide solo. Wonderful pick banjo. Oh, instrumentation is gorgeous. Please can I borrow you for my projects? I've got some folk stuff I'm working on, English folk stuff, and I could do with some like fiddles and other things.
Bring your bouncy licks and your slidey ones too. You'll learn some new ways to stay in the groove. In the heart of Cumberland Hills where the wild Potomac flows, we'll strum our guitars and let those banjos roll. But what took you so long? What took you so long?
This makes me so happy. This is so nice.
In this bluegrass moment that brings us love and cheer, we're so glad that you finally made it here.
Nice harmonies too. True masterclass in musicianship as well.
Through the valley and the trees, in this festival world we'll find our melodies. The Academy, you'll make a friend or two, and late night we'll play till there's nothing left of you. But what took you so long? What took you so long? Love and cheer, we're so glad that you finally made it here.
Nice light-hearted lyrics too. Brilliant. Notes of Life is our next song. Came to fruition during a nature walk when he saw the sunlight reflecting on himself through the crystal.
Reflection of the sky.
Through a crystal even.
On the water of the mountain.
About how music governs the universe, I'd agree with that.
The sea.
Notes of Life, I mean.
A ripple in the wake. We must take a look around and breathe. The notes of life keep shining.
Female harmonies on top of the male vocals. Nice, nice.
On me, the notes of life life keep shining.
I like that imagery. Notes of light keep shining down on me.
On me.
So peaceful and relaxing. It's exactly what I needed this evening, this music.
On this journey of life, we will find our way from darkness to light through the music we play, and we will guide others who have no hope in sight with the music within us. Show them the future is bright, and the music on the breeze echoes gently through the trees, and it brings us to a new frequency. A song from our strings, brought on angel's wings, as she wraps her feathers around me.
Love that the trees bring a new frequency. That's a nice.
Keep shining, keep shining down.
I love how the energy from the first song has just changed.
The notes of life
The flow to this song
keep
has been beautiful.
shining, keep shining down on me.
Kaleidoscope of Sound is our third track. Give you a bit of background about it, shall I? Came in a dream. Came in a dream. Eddie was playing this song on stage with a famous musician in this dream. Turned to him and said, "This one's for you." I woke up and immediately wrote it down. I've had like a Paul McCartney-esque moment there, I see. Recorded with a lap steel guitar. Traditions of folk and elements of jam
Music,
grass.
love, play and dance. A song developed from the heart's unknown. A tune from subconsciousness, been shot into reality from
Please can you play some of your instruments on my song that I have coming up for my new project? I'd love to have you on board. It's an artist collaboration project.
Drawn together by the kaleidoscope of sound, and we haven't lost our way.
This song feels like it's about unity, like all these things around us are happening, but the music shapes us and brings us together, pulls us together, makes our past, present and future, guides us.
No man left behind.
I like that little stabby.
Awakened state of being. So glad to have this family with a heart of gold. The music is here, the tents are up, let's put on a show. Each shaping a new cosmos
Harmony.
and sharing the groove becomes our motto.
There's nothing better than country, folk, American voices, male and female combined together. It just works. It's just bread and butter. Acoustic guitar solo.
Each shaping a new cosmos, and sharing the groove becomes our motto. We were drawn together by the kaleidoscope of sound, and we haven't lost our way. We were drawn together by the kaleidoscope of sound, and we haven't lost our way. We were drawn together by the kaleidoscope of sound, and we haven't lost our way.
Can't tell I'm having a really nice time. Oh, it's been nice. It's been nice. Okay, this is No Brakes. Inspired by a true story. When driving in a pickup truck one day, and was cut off by another vehicle, nearly causing a catastrophic accident. I was grateful that everyone left the incident unscathed.
On the eastern side of town, I was headed home from a dealer friend that was helping with the get down. When someone stopped suddenly in the canyon down below, that's when I noticed I had no brakes, had to downshift, try to slow. Cause I'm rolling with no brakes, I'm surely gonna die. Rolling with no brakes and I'm feeling really high. Cause I'm rolling with no brakes through the canyon down below. Rolling with no brakes and I'm feeling out of control. Well, I held tight for the first one and I squeezed right in between. Then I wheeled left, also hard, just trying to escape the scene. Then I straightened her up to the middle lane, to the narrow open road, praising God up above to guide me safely home. Cause rolling with no brakes, I'm surely gonna die. Rolling with no brakes, and I'm feeling really high.
Really catchy, like, I'm already getting it.
No brakes through the canyon down below. Rolling with no brakes, and I'm feeling out of control.
There might be some like unknown weed kind of references here. We've got 420 and you've got feeling really high. I don't have from a dealer friend. I think it's deliberate, isn't it? Is it from the other driver's perspective? Really catchy song, nice and funky. Funky isn't the right word, it's definitely upbeat and fun. Cool solo. That little percussive hit in the background.
Shaken by near tragedy and happy to be alive. Hugging all my loved ones.
It's such a juxtaposition, the fact that you've got this
I'll never forget what happened.
it's kind of like almost near-death experience type lyrics, and then the happiness and joviality of the music.
Rolling with no brakes. breaks, I'm surely gonna die.
I'm gonna die. It's like smiling about it.
And I'm feeling really high. 'Cause rolling with no brakes to the canyon down below. Rolling with no brakes and I'm feeling out of control. Yes, I'm feeling out of control. Yes, feeling out of control.
Nice, nice. And we got Watermelon Moon. Is a tribute to musicians who welcomes Eddie into the bluegrass community.
And I'll be by the river. We'll find a tune that suits you, and we'll pass the clear water while we play. And I'll meet you under that watermelon moon. We'll all gather round that watermelon moon. There's always room for one more. If you see goodness, not fortune, and I'll meet you under that watermelon moon.
I like the imagery of this watermelon moon. Got a nice picture going on.
You play each note from the heart, giving full value and faith. Come with wisdom to the rhyme and promise to pass the kind, and be sure to guide others on the way. I'll meet you under that watermelon moon. We'll all gather round that watermelon moon. There's always room for one more. If you see
my computer,
goodness,
ignore
not
that,
fortune,
that stopped
and I'll
there.
meet you under that watermelon moon.
I'm interested to know if Eddie could perhaps harmonise with himself, especially on choruses, to kind of maybe highlight that something's a chorus more obviously with harmonies. Now, obviously, there's a female harmony which pairs beautifully, but
Hold
I
down
think there could be times where Eddie could be harmonising with
if you
himself.
don't know the melody, and listen to the fiddle to find your way. I wrote this little tune called Watermelon Moon.
Nice.
Be sure to share it the next time you play. And I'll meet you under that watermelon moon. We'll all gather round that watermelon moon. There's always room for one more. If you see goodness, not fortune, and I'll meet you under that watermelon moon.
And next up, I believe we've got a cover. It's called Walk On Boy, which is Doc Watson. Well, he always loved the Doc Watson version of Walk On Boy, so we have to include it in this album.
I was born one morning.
I've never heard it, so I'll just enjoy it as a song.
The rain was pouring down. I heard my mama say to my papa, we'll call him John Henry Brown. Walk on, boy. Walk on down the road. 'Cause there ain't nobody in this whole wide world that's gonna help you carry your load.
It's cool. Kind of like walking down the street, kind of cool alley cat kind of vibe. That's how I can describe it.
Some advice I wanna give you, son. Find a good woman and be good to her, and she will be good to you. Walk on, boy. Walk on down the road. 'Cause there ain't nobody in this whole wide world that's gonna help you carry your load. pretend. And Lord, I got me a job working on the levee, toting water for the hard-working men. Walk on, boy. Walk on down the road, 'cause there ain't nobody in this whole wide world that's gonna help you carry your load.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very well put together, well produced. The whole thing is it's great.
If anyone should ever ask you,
What can I say about it? Maybe,
who's that fella?
I mean, if I didn't know it was a cover, would I have spotted this?
Tell 'em I'm the man that
Maybe not.
left the smoking
And
hammer
it does feel
where
very
they beat
different
that
in
old
its
steam
vibe
drill down.
compared to all the other songs we've heard. And that maybe that's just because I know now it's a cover, and maybe I wouldn't have spotted it if I had known that.
Nobody in the whole wide world
It does feel different.
help you carry your
Not in a bad way. It's a good song, well produced, everything like that.
If anyone should ever ask you, who's that fella Brown? You can tell 'em I'm the man that left the smoking hammer where we beat that old steam drill down. Walk on, boy. Walk on down the road, 'cause there ain't nobody in this whole wide world that's gonna help you carry your load. Well, there ain't nobody in this whole wide world that's gonna help you carry your load.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, got 2 songs left. This one's called Back to the Mountain.
Going back to that mountain. To that mountain. Going back where those aspen trees grow. Going back.
Stayed in the cabin, the snowy Rocky Mountains.
Going back
Who wrote this
to
song?
that old fishing hole.
Fun, high energy.
I don't know if you're coming. Sure they'd like to know. Mount Air is calling me, and it's time for me to go. Going back to that mountain.
Oh, you got the gang vocals.
Where those pine trees grow. Going back to that mountain. Going back to that old fishing hole.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the solo already. That kind of song. Reading a bit more into this, I realise all these beautiful instruments that I want in my songs, provided by amazing instrumentalists like Gina Furtado on the banjo, Malia Furtado on the fiddle, Matthew Zuckerman on dobro,
I don't know if you're coming.
Chris Blauchak, sorry if that's said wrong,
Surely
with the upright bass, and Henry on the guitar.
Mount Air is calling me, and it's time for me to go. Going back to that mountain.
Another great catchy song,
Going back where the maple trees grow.
memorable.
Going back
Be singing this while I'm doing the dishes later.
Going back to that old fishing hole.
Look at that, the length of the song, it feels a bit long. So I'm wondering what we're going to fill the time with. Will there be a bit of overstaying your welcome, a bit of like showiness, a bit of grandiosity going on? that kind of fun song where you can allow for passing the solo to the next player. On a record though, does it translate as well? Like if you're watching this live and you're like, yeah, let's watch all these solos. But on a recording, you might expect something different. But nothing's overstayed its welcome here, that being said. Because we're near the end of the song. That's just flown.
And it's time for me to go. I'm going back to that mountain, going back where those oak trees grow. Going back to that mountain, going back to that.
As if we're nearly done with this project. We've got one song left. Where's that time gone?
Going back to that old.
You know you're having fun when the time's just gone. Nice. Okay, so our last song is called Daybreak in Dixie. I've just had to switch to my downloaded MP3 version here. I couldn't find it on the SoundCloud links I was given, but that is okay. Let's listen to it. It's our final song. Nice and upbeat to finish. Resolve the listener's musical adventure and honours the history of bluegrass. Traditional bluegrass tune highlights the technical abilities of the artist, learned by ear. I don't think there's any lyrics for this one. This is purely just like a fun jaunt instrumental type thing. Could be wrong. We'll see. But I'm pretty sure. All I've had this whole way through is just like this little like corner smile, just like just a small, quiet, unassuming smile of enjoyment. Nice. What a way to finish it. That's like a lovely outro. So let's review this album. I like to review my albums on 5 different criteria: the flow, the lyrics, the artwork, the production, and the singing, and then give an overall score. Let's start first of all with the flow of the project. It came in kicking like a mule, and it was great. What took you so long was fun and upbeat, and it set the tone throughout. Then it went calm into notes of life and kaleidoscope of sound, before then pushing the brakes, pushing off the brakes and accelerating into no brakes. And then, yeah, it was what I'm basically trying to say. It was a nice roller coaster of flow. It wasn't always too slow and, dull. It had its moments of lulls and it had its moments of highs, and I think that's what makes a good project, is combining and getting those correct as we go through the project. Personally, Walk On Boy felt a little bit too slow for me. Now I know it's a cover, and it's a cover of a really great song, and it is a great song, but for me it just felt a bit sluggish, and I think perhaps I don't know if that was in a different place, or maybe if that was just a single on its own and not included in the album, I might have, been feeling differently. So overall, the flow of the project, I think I'm going to give a 9 out of 10. Like, it was almost perfect for me. It was just slightly dragged too long on that cover song. Yeah. Lyrics, I enjoyed all of the lyrics. I thought they fit the genre perfectly. They were fun, they were upbeat, they were about different things, different stories. They weren't all just about love songs. They were well thought through, and what I liked was all these stories were taken from just like small events in the life, or a small memory, or a small feeling that was personal to Eddie, and then was taken into this huge thing, like a celebration of something. All very positive. So really, really love the lyrics. It's a 10 for me. Artwork is also a 10. I mean, is there anything more American than seeing a silhouette of a cowboy standing on a mountain with the sun and the guitar? I mean, yeah, it's very, very American, but it's perfect for what it is. I like the bordering. I like the Wild West almost. I don't know what you'd call it, but that font is very good and very fitting. Yeah, artwork's great. Production is a 10 as well. I thought everything was so well produced. Nothing sounded too jarring or too maybe crushed in the mix. Everything was given time to breathe, which was great. And then the singing, for me, the singing was okay. It was nice singing, but I don't think we really heard Eddie perhaps pushing himself to do something that was a bit more up there, a bit higher, a bit more forceful. Everything sounded quite similar in terms of range, in terms of it sounded quite calm, nice singing. But in terms of maybe overall dynamics and changing around loudness, quietness of the voice, trying to push higher, maybe on the choruses, for example, that could have been good. Now, it's understandable if Eddie can't reach, higher ranges. That's fine. There's ways that maybe you can work around it, perhaps by adding in more harmonies when it comes to things like choruses. The inclusion of the female vocals as harmonies did help, I think, bolster and support Eddie. Now, that's not saying that Eddie is a bad singer in the slightest. Eddie's singing was really nice, actually, but I think it needed a bit more energy and push at times. So for me, singing is probably about a 7. Yeah. So overall, if I had to give an overall rating to this project, I would probably give it a 9 out of 10. For me, it was an amazing ride. It did what it needed to do, said what it needed to say. It didn't overstay its welcome too long. Some slight places where maybe I was a bit like, come on, let's carry on. But overall, it did the job brilliantly. It was well thought through, and I loved the lyrical depth that this project had. So if you liked it, make sure to add it to your streaming services, guys, when it releases. There'll be a link in the description down below so that you can access it on streaming services, for example. And remember, in a world where everyone wants to be heard and no one's doing the listening, be the one that does the listening. Goodbye, I guess. And now it feels so good to say hello, hello, good morning, hello, 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 good day, hello. And now it feels so right to say I miss you, I love you, and God, it feels so good to say hello. God, it feels so good to say hello.
Bye, ladies and gentlemen.